Assalamualaikum, selamat sejahtera. There's a few event happening these few days and make me decided to discuss about this legislative review. What we have, unmanned aircraft system, or we always say drone, more than 20 kg in Malaysia. So we would like to discuss how to handle this situation. So there's a challenge. The challenge is you're happier because you have a drone which is capable to carry which is more than 20 kg. Obviously you will have the opportunity to carry more payload. However, Malaysian Civil Aviation Regulation 144 is very clearly said that no person shall fly an unmanned aircraft system having a mass of more than 20 kilo without its fuel, without authorization from the Director General, which is now the CEO. So there's limitations. So what to be done? So you try to, first priority is for you to get the vehicle airborne. So first thing you do, you go to the flight operations of the CAA, and then the flight operation there is AIC, and you go to CAM. This is guidance material. Requirement how to get the drone permit, flying permit, and then it's very clearly there CAM UAS 022019, CAM standard requirement for the application of drone permit, which is below 20 kg. So is there a problem? What is next? You go to 144 regulation, you're not allowed to fly below 20 kg. And then if you want to go to fly, 1442 says that an applicant for the authorization under sub-regulation 1 shall be made to the Director General in according with 189. So it's a standard application of approval. So how do we handle this? And another thing is, one thing that we must understand, what is this unmanned aircraft system? What ICAO view, which is that should be the contracting state, member state of ICAO view as well. So if you refer to the ICAO Circular 328 AN190, ICAO recognized many categories of aircraft, among them balloons, gliders, aeroplane, and rotorcraft. Aircraft can be land, sea, or amphibious. Whether the aircraft is manned or unmanned does not affect its status as an aircraft. Okay? And each category of aircraft will potentially have unmanned version in the future. Okay? So then this point is central to all further issues pertaining to unmanned aircraft and provide the basis for addressing awareness, personal licensing, separation standard, and etc. Whether means that what ICAO standpoint is, their stand regarding this unmanned is whether the aircraft is manned or unmanned, it doesn't affect the status, it is an aircraft. So we have to treat this in aircraft. If we want to treat this in aircraft, what do we do? Okay, certifications. We have to go for certifications. So how to go for certification? So just like any other aircraft certification, where we need to have the process of developing the certification requirement and showing compliance for each requirement. Once compliance has shown, verified, then you will get the certification of the aircraft. So this is a general overview of what is the process of getting certifications. So first is product spec. So what are you designing? That is based on the customer, based on the your study, or based on what is your obligation, the product that you are going to offer to the customer, or the customer feedback or customer information or study from customer needs what they are looking for. So that is the product spec. After you got the product spec, you go decide or negotiate with authority on the certification basis, how the product be certified. Okay, then you go for the detail design here. Detail design, after you have detail design, you have to show compliant to each paragraph or the requirement, and then you need to show compliant by analysis or testing, and then someone will verify each of the compliant. Along the way, during the showing compliant or on the design requirement, the FAA, the CAM will be involved, take part, for example, approving the test plan, witness the test report, and review your design. Once everything is satisfied, then all the design requirement has been complied, has been shown, satisfied, and verified, and then that is where you will get the type certificate. The process is not difficult, it's straightforward. However, you must make determination, the product, the certification basis of the product, and how you want to show compliance to the each of the design requirement stated in the certification basis. So this is detailed expert view of what I've shown. Yeah. Then, in order for you to apply for the product approval, you have to have an organization. Organization to function, there are 3 functions: design function, awareness function, independent monitoring function. So the function design, obviously doing the design, doing the CAD modeling, doing the detailed drawing. So this is the design. Awareness is the unit, the section where they are developing the certification basis and ensure all the certification basis are compliant, shown and verified, compliant. So that is awareness. Then independent monitoring is a group which is developing the system of certification in the design manual, design organization manual. So this is a group, and this group also, just like the QA, they're doing the audit, they're doing the review of the process or the quality system of the organization. So this must be available first. So you must have an organization. As simple as you have to have a CEO, and then you have to have head of design organization, and you have 3. Here is independent monitoring. We have to have awareness, and this is design. So you have to have an organization to have these 3 functions. 1, 2, 3 function. The head by the head of design organization, and basically the company head by the CEO, which are required to provide the resources to run the DOA. So this is the minimum setup of DOA, which is you go to CAAM notice 8401 is the DOA. So that is the minimum. So you have to have an organization for you to be able to carry out all these tasks. That's first. Then you have to have the manual. The organization, obviously, when you have an organization, you must have the manual. The manual, they call it design exposition manual or design organization manual, which describe the function that I've just explained: design function, awareness function, and independent monitoring function. So those 3 functions should be described in the manual, how you do your activity in the organization. So it should be recorded in the manual, and the people in the organization to comply. So again, this is activity which I have shown earlier, and this is how we do the work. First, we got the design in drawing, and then you got the technical documentation, all the report, stress report, load report, vibration test report, and all this should be verified, should be checked by the showing compliant person, which they are checking against the certification basis, which one of it in the certification basis is the awareness requirement, and then the another person verify the compliant, which is compliant verification engineer. So this is how the flow of the data approval. So let's look at design project. What we need to do in design, if we start design project, if we are designing a drone, so you have, say, talking about, let's look at the fixed wing, okay, drone. Okay, so what you need to do, you have to develop, you have to explain what is this vehicle, what is this, how you're going to certify it, what are the certification basis, what are the awareness requirements that you want to use, and what are the associated drawing report that you need for you to be able to show compliance to the certification basis. So those documents are, they call it project cert plan, which is by chapter. You have to have the introduction, explain about the project, you have to discuss in detail about the certification basis, which is the awareness requirement, and if there is any additional requirement by authority, you should discuss about special condition, and if you have any requirement which you are not able to comply direct to what is required by the certification basis, you are talking about equivalent level of safety. And then if you do not want to do some of the requirement because you feel it's still safe not doing it, you apply for exemption. So this is the detailed certification basis. Once this is firm, agreed by authority and the applicant, the DOA, this will be cast in stone, and all the design will be based on this. So now we also need to do a compliant document against the cert basis. So that is here, and then we have to determine, we have to establish the project planning, how long for you to get this project to be certified, and the list of persons involved in the process of certification, and what are the documents you generated for the certification. So the cert basis I have explained. Cert basis, at least there is in the cert basis there is awareness requirement, there is special condition, there is economic level safety, exemption, and anything you would like to comply. For us in the certification basis, you have to have the compliant document. This is one example compliant document. So you can have on the left here is the certification spec, unmanned aircraft system, and there's a paragraph. There are many paragraphs. I choose one of it. For example, here is protection structure. Description, you put it here. Cut and paste, put it here. Each part of unmanned aircraft, including small parts such as fastener, must be protected against deterioration or loss of strength due to any cause likely to occur in expected operating environment. So what are you declaring? You have to declare comply. And what are the means? There are many means of compliance in this situation. How you want to show compliance? For here, you're talking about protection of structure. You're putting paint. You may be putting cadmium plating on the structure. Then you may state here as comply by drawing. Okay, drawing will state what is the coating requirement. And then here reference document. What are the reference document? If you say drawing, explain the coating requirement. For example, the cap plating and the reference document. There should be a test to show the reliability of this coating requirement. So that is the correct compliant checklist document. We have to do it for every design requirement stated in the certification basis. So this is a detailed process of how the certification to be done. It looks very complex, however it can be done. It's not difficult, especially it's depending, the complexity will be depending on the system. If you have just a drone, unmanned aircraft system, will not be as complex as a jet transport aircraft, but this is generic, which can be used for any certification of any product, large and small. So here is an example. So now what we can see now here is and once certified, we try to look at the document. So there's a TC issued by the FAA on the one of the product, which is a Scan Eagle. Okay. So this is Scan Eagle TC. So this Scan Eagle is certified and they issue the TC for the Scan Eagle. Okay. Okay, so this is the example. Once certified, the TC special TC is issued. The TC is prerequisite for the certificate of airworthiness. This is an example where FAA has issued TC for Scan Eagle. You can see here, model Scan Eagle X200 restricted category, and then is unmanned aircraft system, dimension, approved operational area stated there, the engine, fuel, oil, mix capacity, engine limit, propeller, electric generator, backup battery, airspeed, everything is detailed. So once you complete the certification, all the technical requirement will put in the TC type certificate datasheet once the TC has been issued. So you can see here all the data, uplink, downlink, video link, computer software, crew, number of seats is not applicable because not manned, fuel capacity, which is there's a fuel there, then oil capacity, max operating altitude, control, flight endurance, flight limitations, serial number, production basis, certification basis. Remember I was talking about certification basis? So there is a certification basis. This is FAA. They have using CFR Part 21.25 and Part 36 Amendment 29. So this is a basis. Certification maintenance requirement. So this is all the notes. So what I'm trying to show you here is what we can see from here. This unmanned aircraft, there is a type certificate. This type certificate data sheet is no different than aircraft. We go back to the first statement that I make here, which is made by the ICAO. Unmanned aircraft is no different than an aircraft. Only the aircraft without man on board to control is controlled from the ground.